Games and strains. Yo, what's going on to all my video game peeps? It's your favorite Stone Gamer, your boy Big V, here with another episode of my show, Games and Strings, where I smoke and talk about video game stuff. That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? I hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all having a great week out there. I hope your week was fantastic and all that. Me, myself, I'm doing all right. I just had carpal tunnel surgery on my right hand, you know what I mean? Literally yesterday, you know what I mean? And then I got to go back in 2 more weeks to get my left hand done, you know what I mean? But I'm doing all right. The surgery was smooth, as you can see. I'm here with you guys tonight. Yes, I'm filming this at night. You guys will see this in the morning, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm doing all right. I've been doing some really good gaming here lately, playing some Assassin's Creed Mirage. What else I've been playing? I'm trying to get back into Mortal Kombat. I fell off a bit here recently because, man, Assassin's Creed Mirage is just taking over my entire life. You know what I mean? Um what else have I been playing some Payday 3 with the homies over on Xbox, you know what I mean? Salute to my homies on Xbox. Salute to the whole Xbox community. Salute to the whole Payday 3 community, you know what I mean? Yo, big shout out to Payday for having a rough launch, but getting it back on track. Whoever's running their Twitter is doing a fantastic job now of communicating with the community, letting us know what's going on with updates when things are going out for testing. I love that. I love when a company is engaging with the community, answering our questions in real time or as soon as they can, um, making us feel appreciated. I like that, making us feel heard. A lot of companies need to really start doing that. Um, don't just be on social media just posting about your game when the fans and your customers reach out to you with questions. And I know, with social media, people can be irate, people can be rude, people, aren't the best with articulating their thoughts, so to speak. I know you can't answer everything, but you can, hire someone to at least one time a day to just engage with the community, make us feel heard, make us feel like that you value our money. Cause we spend a lot of money on these games with you all. Y'all jack the price up from $50 to $70 now. Sometimes I pay $100 depending on what edition I want. And not just me, but the community of gamers, man. Y'all know what it is. But yeah, shout out to Payday 3 for having a rough launch and then getting back to what the game needs to be, regular updates, engaging with the community. I love all that. Please keep it up. You know what I mean? But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about one game in particular that might have flew under some of y'all radar. Um, Me myself, I have been peeping this game from the inception of it, from the first time that I saw the trailer, all that. I'm a big fan of this gaming company who put this out. And I can say, other than Assassin's Creed, that this game has now taken over my life as well. Because I took a break from Starfield for a minute. I'm gonna go back to Starfield. I lied in over 50 hours in that game. I'm gonna go back to lots of more hours to go. I know. I'm getting back to Starfield. I promise. Took a break from WWE. Took a break from my 2K. Took a break from Mortal Kombat. And I've been locked in on, other than Assassin's Creed, this game that I'm here to talk to you guys about. Let's talk about RoboCop Rogue City, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'ams. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to talk about RoboCop Rogue City. Yes. This game is out right now. Came out a couple weeks ago. I got my copy on Halloween. You know what I mean? Shout out to Teyon Games. Yes, this transitioning. This game is done by Teyon Games. Some of you guys may or may have not heard of them. If you played the Terminator Resistance game that came out a few years ago, it was on the PS4 and now it's available for current gen as well, which is PS5 and Xbox. You know what I mean? Don't think I should say that now, but people get. I've been current gen since day one, so current gen to me has been PS5 and Xbox Series X since day one. But nevertheless, it is now out on next gen platforms. You know what I mean, for the PS5 and all that. And yeah, they're the people that made the Terminator Resistance game. Great company, great small studio. But me personally, I love the Terminator Resistance game. I think that it didn't overstay its welcome. I think that it did great as far as from a visual perspective, from a story perspective. I love that game. So when I heard that Teyon Games was coming out with the RoboCop Rogue City game, man, listen, I was so excited. I swear to God, I was so excited. Man, listen, I know there's been some complaints about some of the past RoboCop games. Me personally, before I fell in love with this one, my favorite one was back on Nintendo, the very first RoboCop game that I remember. But needless to say, let's talk about RoboCop Rogue City. You know what I mean? Let's start with the game design. The game design is great. If you ever seen any of the RoboCop films, this game captures the grittiness of Detroit like no other. I mean, they have the exact cop cars that they had, man. The streets look like the actual movie, especially RoboCop 1. The streets look like the exact streets damn near from the movie. The police station, the design of the police station looked just like the movie. I mean, it is so like grittily detailed that it's not even funny. Whoever did the game design on this game, yo, salute. Like y'all really nailed this game design, man. It looks like it's literally ripped from the 80s, man. Like literally. Um the police, even down to the police suits, they look old. The cars look old. The buildings look old. Like it just looks just old. Even the punks out on the street that you gotta go and arrest for crime. They got that gritty old look to them. Some of them look like old bikers. Like it is crazy how they captured just the essence of this game. And some people said they was worried about that, you know, was it going to be just like the movie? Was it going to be an exact play on the movie? And I'm here to tell you, it's not an exact play on the movie. It's literally its own thing. It has some glimpse and some glamours and some flashes of the first RoboCop movie. Yes, it does. It does. But is it word for word, dialogue for dialogue, play by play, a spinoff of the movie? No, no. But that's what I love about this game. It's literally its own thing. It with the side quests, I was amazed to see how in depth the side quests were. I've been playing this game at this point. I'm 32% in. I logged about, I want to say between, I think I said 12, I think 12, maybe 12 and 16 hours. But I'm really taking my time with it because I was so blown away again by how in depth the side quests are. They range from anywhere from you having to go around the city and issue tickets to illegally parked cars or somebody littering, to you having to maybe go and rescue someone. Like it is crazy, and it never felt repetitive. Is really what I love. It never felt repetitive. It never felt repetitive. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really, when I thought about the RoboCop game, my mind didn't go, what kind of side quests are they gonna have? I really didn't think about it. I was just thinking about like the main story of the game. But going back to the Terminator Resistance game that Teyon did, they had a lot of dope side quests in that game as well. This game, speaking, going back to the RoboCop, this game is also a decision-based game too. Some of your decisions will affect your playthrough. You know what I mean? It will affect how the NPCs respond to you and things of that nature. Every as far as the environment, everything damn near in the environment can be used for combat. Oh my god. I literally picked up a motorcycle and I knocked off one of the guys that was shooting at me who was also on a motorcycle. I threw the motorcycle at him and blew him up, and he damn near flipped through the whole screen. Like it's fucking amazing. It is fucking amazing. They have anything from trash cans to motorcycles to gas cans that you can use at your disposal when you are fighting. So you don't have to just shoot. You can pick them up, throw them at the enemy, pick up the trash cans, toss them at the enemy, punch them in their face with RoboCop's Robo Arm, which is a fantastic one-hitter quitter. You can literally grab them up with RoboCop's arm, throw them against the wall, then blow their heads off. Like you can even grab the fucking computers. I was on one board. I was going through an office and I picked up a computer, threw it into the enemy, got electrocuted when I threw the fucking CPU at him. It was fucking amazing, dog. I didn't expect any of this from this RoboCop game. I have to tell y'all, man. Like, I was watching someone else play it, and they picked up the guy and just threw him out the window. Like, it was fucking amazing. Like, I love that. Like, everything in the environment can be used in combat. Like, I love that they implemented that. Like, and it worked so well because you may get tired of just shooting, and here is the gas can right here you can pick up, launch at your enemy, and get like 10 people off of you real quick. You know what I mean? They do have the quality and performance mode. I know the quality mode, I think it's really like 30 frames per second. I want to say it's 4K. This game, it looks a little bit, and this is on both modes to me, but I particularly noticed it in the quality mode. Um, you can like the reflections look almost lightly ray traced, but it's not. They don't have any ray tracing on this game. But I'm telling you, Teyon did a very, very outstanding job with the reflections of this game. Like I literally was looking into a pond of water and I could see the building reflecting from the pond of water. I know some of you guys may think that it's standard, but it's not standard, especially coming from like a AA company. This isn't a AAA company like an Activision or anything like that. This is a small company, so their budget isn't as big as these AAA companies, so they have to make do with what they do. Speaking of making do, one thing that could have needed some more work, in my opinion, were the faces of the characters. Some of the faces, and the facial expressions, they weren't A1. But again, if I have a knock on the game, that is my only knock, is that some of the facial expressions could have been made a bit better. Other than that, it wasn't a big deterrent for me from playing the game. I still love the game. Like, no. And just looking back, it kind of suits the game too, because it's talking about an older movie, a classic movie, and which is very gritty. So, in my opinion, too, it's a gift and a curse because the still facial expressions remind me of like just a throwback game. You know what I mean? And RoboCop is throwback, so maybe it's what they were going for. Either way, I still love it. You know what I mean? The performance mode, it's 60 frames per second. It's definitely not 4K 60. I don't even know if it's a lock 60, but let me tell you, it still runs smooth on both. It still runs smooth on both. I found myself playing mostly on quality mode just because of how beautiful the city of Detroit looks, as gritty as it is. Like, I love it on quality mode. I loved it on both, but quality mode for this particular game has been my go-to. Um, After every mission, you go into what they call the police evaluation. You sit down and they evaluate how you did the mission, and then they grade you on the mission. A, B, or whatever, and it's based on if you did the main objectives, the secondary objectives, and things like that. And they have little things hidden without the missions and stuff that you can collect, like stolen pocketbooks that need to go into evidence, or illegal documents and the things like that, and that earns you the XP, which also earns you skill points where you can level up different different perks such as engineering, vitality, and perks of that nature. I think it's a good maybe like 6 to 8 perks, I think, that you can level up. But yeah, they grade you after every mission and tell you what you did, um, and give you a grade, and you can just level up your character from there. It's really neat, and it's really simplistic. I like the fact that, much like Terminator Resistance, they kept the upgrading simplistic. I love that. I love that. It does have a difficulty slider for all my peoples out there. So if you are new to this type of game, you can set it on easy. Um, if you are really familiar with how these games work, you can put it on whatever difficulty that you may enjoy, normal, hard, or whatever. Pause. And yeah, yeah, I think that's dope too, to take that in consideration for maybe some of the newcomers that don't, or maybe some of the people that were skeptical because it's an FPS. I know some of y'all don't like FPSs, first person shooters. I know most of y'all that I know like third person shooters. Me personally, I love both. You know what I mean? But this is definitely an FPS. Um, the NPC dialogue is cool. I love the NPC dialogue. Um, I was doing a mission. Well, I was headed to do a mission, and I went to this little kid who was in like a basketball court or something. And he literally asked RoboCop to do the robot. And RoboCop started doing the fucking robot. I thought that was cool as hell, man. I really did. Call it, hey man, I ain't hard to please when it comes to gaming, man. Just make sure it's a good title. Make sure the combat is great. You know what I mean? Make sure the graphics are great, and just make sure it runs smooth. You know what I mean? If you have a story behind it, make sure the story is decent. I'm not really hard to please, you know what I mean, when it comes to gaming. So I got a kick out of it when the little kid asked RoboCop to do the robot, and he did the fucking robot. I thought it was cool as hell, man. What I do like too about this game, which I thought was fantastic, that they brought in some of the older actors who acted in the RoboCop 1, I think it is, to do some of the voices. Like the lady who plays his partner in RoboCop 1, the movie, is his partner, is doing the voice, and is the face of the partner too in this game, which I thought was dope. I think a couple of the police officers too did some of the voices. I'm not sure if it was the sergeant or the lieutenant or somebody like that, but I do know they had a couple of more actors doing their voice. If I'm not mistaken too, the original RoboCop actor is doing the voice of RoboCop in the game too, which is fantastic, dude. I promise. Um, I really love this game just because of how nostalgic it reminds me of RoboCop. I'm such a fan, and I love the fact that they didn't make it based off the actual movie. They made it his own thing, like I told you. Um, I can't wait to finish this game. I don't know how long it is at all. Again, I'm 32% in, and the combat is phenomenal. I already had a fight with the if you're familiar with the movie, I had a fight with the Ed 209, which is the other kind of RoboCop, which is the machine RoboCop that had the fucking big ass guns on each side. That boss fight was insane. Oh my god. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna spoil it for you how it happened, because I know some of you guys want to pick it up. Maybe you already picked it up and know what I'm talking about. Man, it was phenomenal. You know what I mean? It was really dope. I really liked it, man. I really liked it. Um, I'm curious to see how this game is going to end. I want to know, is Teyon going to add on DLC to it? That would be awesome. Teyon, if you're listening, add on some DLC the same way you did with the Terminator Resistance. Add on some DLC, new game plus, all that. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Um, my digital copy came with the digital RoboCop art book, which I thought was dope. This was actually like my first time, like actually like flipping through any digital art book that I own. I normally don't even pay attention to it, but I'm such a RoboCop fan. I wanted to see what it was, and it was literally like a mini, like a mini comic book. which I thought was dope of them to give away. You know what I mean? I'll take it. You know what I mean? But all across the board, man, I really love this game. From the graphics to the combat, like the combat is just awesome. Like you literally can blow people's heads off their body. Like I've been posting footage on Twitter of like all like weeks since I've been playing the game of just how crazy it is, with and how gory it is actually. When it comes to the guns, any gun that the enemy drops, you can pick up and use. You can pick up and use, man. Pick up and use. You can throw enemies out the window, punch them. The whole environment is just like I told you, meant for combat. And I think that may be my favorite part of the game. Um, the graphics are great, gameplay is great. The side quests are awesome, which is really to me like the most surprising thing because I didn't see that coming. Um, the story is great too. I'm really impressed by the story thus far. I can't wait to see how this ends, man. I really can't. Um, I think that you guys should probably pick it up, especially being the fact that Black Friday is around the corner. It may go on sale, and maybe you can probably catch it on sale. If not, definitely purchase it. Purchase it for whatever they're asking you for. You know what I mean? It's a solid title. Um, it's one of my go-to games right now. I have stopped playing a bunch of AAA games, and even with the month that we just had in October with everything that came out, I have really stopped playing those said games and just really zoned in on playing RoboCop. Like it has me like that. I like it. And maybe it won't have you like that. Maybe I'm like that because I'm a fan and I was just loaning for a good RoboCop game, especially after that terrible RoboCop movie that they gave us a few years back. You know what I mean? I always felt like that somebody should do, especially with the capabilities of technology now. We need games like a RoboCop to come out. And Teyon, if you're listening, Judge Dredd would be a perfect game to drop in this climate. If you're listening, Big V is asking you for a Judge Dredd game. I am asking you, please give us a Judge Dredd game. That would be crazy. Just the idea. Just the idea. You know what I mean? Yo, man. Again, Black Friday coming around, almost Christmas time. You're looking for a great first person shooter, pick up RoboCop Rogue City, please, man. You will not regret it. You know what I mean? Until the next time I talk to y'all, y'all know what we do, right? Stay safe and stay gaming.